Welcome everyone. How are you doing? It's we're getting ready. We're getting ready. Ready for this day. Ready for some trades. Let's see what the markets have to offer. Just need to turn down the volume here a little bit. How are you all doing? Let's first come here, enjoy, and get ready for the next 2 hours I can spend with you together. I think today there will be maybe sometimes a little bit connection issues because they're doing something on my side, so I'm really sorry for that, but next stream this will be fixed for sure. Yeah, has anybody taken a trade today already? Let me know. And I hope you have also noticed our new stream overlay. I've spent some time in making this look more beautiful. I've let out all my creativity and what I was able to find, but I think it's looking really cool now. I've added some new scenes and stuff, so we become more professional with this here. And also welcome to everyone watching on Sidekick, our new Web3 streaming platform that we have partnered with. So really looking forward to get this also going, and so far everything's working perfectly here, and they have some really cool features which will we maybe also see in the future being used here. Let's wait a little bit until some more people join in here, and we can get stuff going. I mean, looking already at Bitcoin, yeah, we had a big push candle yesterday, so let's see if it presents with a setup today for us. For now we will just wait. We'll analyze some coins, we'll take a look at what the current situation is doing, we'll take a look at Bitcoin dominance, market dominance. So we have some topics we can take care of, and this is what we are going to do in the next hours together. And I'm also happy now with these new transitions that I've added here. Look at all this fancy stuff. We have now the screen, my cam. Proud of myself for what we have set up here. And for everyone that is new, make sure to follow our channels, follow our socials. You can see it like right under my cam here. Give us a like, follow us, because it's not just me on Coin Compass here, but I have also some co-hosts that do interesting stuff covering crypto related topics. So we are trying to cover everything in the space that is out there. We have live interviews, we have technical analysis, all the trading related content, and then we have content specific for certain coins, and we have just overall market information. So everything that you're looking for in the crypto space we are covering by having multiple people that are experts in their field. So make sure to not miss out on those. Hey, good morning. Thank you. Putting it to the test now today. So we'll see. Might do some adjustments later, as I wanted to have as you see, the trading view is just, let's say, 75% of the window, but I have a full window to trade, but my cam is not inside there because I have not found a good position where I should put my camera, as it was sometimes disturbing. I can show it to you because I have this. So I have a full window trade, but here it's weird if you just hear me talking and you don't see me. So currently I stay with this one, and I wanna start from here. So there's always room for improvement, and I think you're never satisfied with the result. But I agree with you, it's looking good compared to what I was using before. So let's first take a little bit of a look what the coins have been doing. Yeah, I mean, yesterday we saw it. We have, I mean, on this chart here we did not, because you know, that's a Binance chart. But we have made a new all-time high of around 112k here. We now respect that again, so you could count this here as this is now our newest created resistance. Of course, we have made a big push to the upside. When Lambo, then Lambo is only there when we will see a alt season. No, but jokes aside, we have created now here our newly resistance. So what I'm anticipating for Bitcoin is that we will see a retracement back onto the 109.5 level, and from here on we could build a nice clean move to the upside again. We did have some unfilled areas down here, which I was firstly aiming price will tap into. Sorry, that we first tap into this area, but we just straight up went for a all-time high, which we now resist, which is a usual reaction to hitting this level, as we also have left this gap here. So what you could look for is, I need to turn this off. So what you could look for is a retracement back into this area here to get in. You see it's perfectly aligning with the 0.68, and from here on you could look for some longs. So let's see what the market is doing if we tap in there today and get a nice shift. So we could aim for some longs of this area, which was a previous resistance and would act now perfectly as a support. So this is looking really promising here. That's why I will put an alert here. Once we tap in there, we will aim for some longs here definitely. But as I also have to admit, it is risky to long into a previous resistance. So I would rather aim for a trade on a shorter time frame with a take profit that is not somewhere up here, but maybe somewhere here, because you could also get a bounce like this, instead of going for the, let's say like this, and then you aim for 1 to 2 somewhere above here, because then you would need a new all-time high. Can you just let me know if the chart is readable, or do I have to zoom in a little bit more? Okay, looks good. So a bit more. Okay, I can go for a, now 4 time frame was good. Okay, Parker also said it looks good. Perfect. Thank you, by the way, Parker, for being our #1 top fan. To be honest, yeah, I think you can gain some XP, right? I'm not too familiar with this programs, but I just see it here. Thanks for this. So we are, that's the idea for what you mean is a short instead of a long. So from this area here you could take a short based on the reaction here, but I mean, you see we are in this uptrend here. We have not yet broken the trend. So what I would look for is, if we continue with the strength, pull back in here, and that's what I said, that I would not look for a take profit up here, but instead somewhere here with maybe a stop loss below this area, to still take the risk into consideration that we might can move down here, but we're going with the momentum to the upside. We had a previous resistance that turned into support, so short on the lower time frames, yes, we are dumping, but higher time frames we are still bullish. After this big news, we have to come back, fill the price, fill the gaps. So that's why we are currently reacting like this. I hope this made things clear. Let's take a look at E first, or next. Yeah, I mean, they have all been acting pretty similar to yesterday. So we are at the, here I can go. I mean, ETH is still in this range. We see here. So what are we doing now? We are approaching the 50% of this area here, and we need to see how it reacts, because this could be a crucial point to do something like that. That's why it's important to see here. But for now, this area here is my high low, so I'm expecting a move higher, at least into the 3k area. And then we need to see, because here as well, you see we have this area where price is approaching now that could act as a resistance. But for alt season to start, we need ETH to outperform Bitcoin. So yeah, I was just thinking, you guys have any comments on that? You see things different, but charts are looking pretty clear now. I mean, I want to add let me add link here, so I can also show to you, from my opinion, one of the cleanest charts currently, or with the most potential. I mean, somebody said he's sure ETH will dump, Pepe is better. I mean, everybody needs to make their own decision on what they are investing in and what is best for them. But I mean, I've made my choice on Link because I'm seeing this as a rocket in the next month. Because also from a trend perspective, you could not just argue this like you could do something like this, and then just remove the arrows. So I'm targeting at least up here. I mean, we have a collaboration together with MasterCard, big payment provider, and we have still not broken this low here. That's why we are still in an uptrend, because we made a high, lower high, higher high. We made a high, then we made a higher low, higher high, and again made a higher low. So we are ready now, as trends move in 5, to make our 5th wave, which could lead us back up to the 37 somewhere area. That's at least my target for now. You know, for me the thing is, a lot of people in crypto are like speculating on fast gains, but see this as an opportunity like people had back in 1990 when there was Amazon, when there was Google and all of this stuff. See this as a zoom out and look at the, yeah, you could even look at the 12 months chart or as a 6 month chart, that we have so much time left here, that we are still early, that this is an investment into the future, not to make quick gains. I mean, of course, I'd love to see, if I enter my long position here, swing, stop below there, that we end up somewhere, yeah, maybe in the future here. Yes, this would be a nice trade, but and with the reasons I've brought to myself, this is not impossible to do this, because we are currently seeing the crypto adoption, and this is what I'm seeing in Link, that Link will be the gate to traditional finance get their way into crypto. Let's see, okay, we have 15 minutes left until market open. And this is also one of the swing trades, by the way, I posted with Link. So you have still, I mean, compared to this, you have a bare minimum risk to the downside, because if this breaks down, I mean, it can happen, but chances are less that, or the chances are higher that we push instead of breaking back again at $5. Because I don't see this also with Bitcoin now pumping, ETH pumping. So this is this is the more and the scenario I see more happening. So I mean, do your own research, but also speaking from a trader perspective, this is a really good risk to reward in terms of what you can get, because even let's say if we get to the last high, it's 118%, so you have doubled your money. With, as I said, really less risk to the downside, due to market structure, support holding, and the current market situation that we are in. So good, since the video dropped on, when have I done my video? It was Sunday, so it should have been the, let me just think. I think it was somewhere around here. Today is Thursday, 6th. Yeah, Pengu has popped almost 30%. That was one of the plays we I had covered in my video, because you know this was also forming a push pull push, and it had to make, if it was in a bull trend or in an uptrend, it had to make a new high, because otherwise this would have been a resistance. And we have seen a small reaction, but here we pushed higher, so we probably trade back in here, and then we can, so I would see this as my zone to get into another position on Pengu, because we have here and this would require a 30% dump, but which is nothing big on a meme coin, as we can see here, 46% dump. So we need a 35% dump to get here into a good position. So you could, so I'll also put an alert here. Just need to see, okay, 10 more minutes left till market open. I mean, Solana, come on, it's really a not clean chart to trade, but even if you zoom out, you see some clear things. That this is our main area of interest that we also currently reacted on. So we had a push to the upside, retrace now, and I can guarantee you this is at least 50%, 0.618 retracement of a, yeah, let's say 6 months move. So this was a higher time frame move. You could also argue with yeah, this, but for me this was just a, you know, I want to see clear high and lows. So yes, this was a higher high than this one, but the pullback was, it should have been somewhere in here for me to be a clear swing point. That's why I take the whole swing, which is now back at the 618, 80% retracement, resistance and support area. And from here on, what would be a good reason? We have seen bullish candle here. Stop loss goes below either here or here. That's what you can choose, and then you can aim higher. So if I would trade this, I think I would go below this one here, because this is also our area. So I would enter a swing long like this here. So things are looking good so far. 9 more minutes until market open. So we see what Bitcoin does. And I will also be trading gold, just to make that clear. This will be the only non-crypto pair that I will trade here as well, besides our usual suspects. So, but seeing this, you still have currently such a good position, or a good time to position yourself on trades like this, because you need to zoom out. You get veered by candles like this, and yes, seeing this retracement hurts, but it was just coming from it was a 2-year move that has made a 12x. So we have retraced now back to, let's say, 5x, and we can again from here, with, you know, if you use leverage, you can still make a 3 to 4x from here again. And if we continue the uptrend, then this was only the beginning, because if you take a look at this, you see how much potential we have to the upside here. So being in at 185 doesn't mean it's expensive when you end up being somewhere here. And let's say if you enter your leverage position here and you hold this for some years, yes, maybe you'll pay some fees, so you need to check on how you do it. If you take profit here, and then with the profit you have made, you could wait again for retracement, and then you enter a spot position. So I would combine leverage trading with spot positions. So yeah, again here, great opportunity if, and here is a big if market continues to move to the upside. But we can take a look at this. I wanted to look for this, because what are we currently doing? We are reversing straight from the 87.6% retracement. So we have tapped back in here. Bitcoin has made a new all-time high. ETH needs to outperform Bitcoin in terms of percent, and then we could see the long awaited alt season maybe. So there is a possibility that we will see now some liquidity flow into alts, and yeah, based off this. But we have to be aware that it can also break to the upside, which I think won't be the case here, that we will first see now a cool off, and then yeah, this is the monthly chart, so maybe we see something like this for the next month, that we just drop down a little bit here. Alts will pump, that are all in a good position to pump now for market structure and everything. They have retraced big. Yeah, it hurts, but I can just come back to this chart. Look at this. This is still looking really promising. Solana as well. People just go to a 1-hour chart and then they see like this, and then like, oh, I'm stuck, where should I trade? It was always the most important thing in crypto. When in doubt, zoom out. And then you would have just, like for Bitcoin, I said it, we will go back into this area here, and then you could have entered your position, boom, 50% on your investment already in a crypto market where everybody's crying over a alt season and oh, where are my gains? No, just zoom out and look at this. And there will be no alt season without Bitcoin doing this. So even if you were waiting for confirmation, you bought here, you have made 20% in, it was 3 months. That's a good performing asset. And paired with some technical analysis, yeah, 50% retracement, enter your position. Here is nothing speaking for a downtrend. This was the previous resistance and area of interest here, so you could take the whole area, and we came only back to the wick here. But if you just use additional tools, 50% retracement, enter your trade, even with a safe stop. Let's say you do something like this, you would have been at a 1-to-1, so you would have doubled your money if you used leverage trading. So to lose 100 here, you would have made 100 at the top yesterday. You would have hit take profit. So it's always important to just zoom out and take all of the possible options into consideration. I just need to check something. Okay. I was thinking I'm too loud when I was coughing, but it's okay. So, 5 more minutes left on the market open. I see that, I hope that you see that you often just need to zoom out and take market structure on a higher time frame into consideration, because you could see this move even happening on a 1 minute, but it's way more fractal because it's shorter. So a 1 minute move like this could be, let's say you have a downtrend on the 1 hour, but then you get your switch to the upside. So you always need to take higher time frames into consideration, especially in crypto, and it takes time to develop. But just let's make a comparison. Let's just look at Apple. This is now the range from, this is now around, yeah, close to 20 years. You see this? It was going upwards always in the same motion. Yes, there were some deeper retracements, but in the end it's just always the same, and it will continue like that, maybe with some deeper retracements, but it will continue like this. And so it will be the case with Bitcoin. I mean, look at this. It will just be the same, that we move and we move and we move higher. And you will be fearful in every drop you see, just because you're A, over leveraged, or B, you just take a look at the bigger picture. That's what it is. Okay, so I will just switch. Let me move my drawings here. No, we'll do it other way. Just open a new DT. We can delete this from here, and this stays, so we can keep this for the future. And Sol as well, so we can always come back to this. Okay, and we will also take a look what the traditional markets will be doing. I mean, speaking from a trading perspective, this is looking really like not the best areas to trade, but still you can be very precise here with your entries, because I'm following something that is, I want to see a high, a break, and then I want to see a immediate reverse and a pullback. Two clear areas, or 0.5, 50% retracement. So this is what I want. I mean, this is a good example here, to be honest. Doesn't matter what ticker it is, if it's Nasdaq or whatever. I want to see markets make a move, and then we break the trend. So we make a new low, and instead of making a high and a new low, I want to see price make a big move to the upside, and here we retrace to the 50%, and again you see, what is it? Previous resistance turned into support. Now you could argue this here with a continuation pattern. If you see a move like this, so this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, that there is a high chance that you will get your fifth high. So what do you do again? 50% retracement, entry, boom. It can be so easy, but okay, we have market open now. But the most of the people are just trying to predict the market. They get fed up in areas like this here. What is this? Doesn't matter about the timing or which time. You just want to see volume. You need volume for trading. How will you trade in areas like this? You cannot. And you need to see clear moves into one direction. And I don't mean the band, I mean the trend. It's either the uptrend or the downtrend that we follow. And we have now made the high here, so Nasdaq will probably set up what I was saying to look for also on the other side. We've taken out a high, so we have made a low, a high, and if we break this one with volume, I will look for a short here. Because I'm also trading on, that's what I forgot to mention when I was mentioning gold, that I forgot to mention that I'm also trading still futures accounts, but I'm also trading the Nasdaq there. But let's take a look what Bitcoin was doing. Yeah, this is not looking too tradable for me here. I mean, I had the bearish bias. Now arguing this, made the retracement, but for me, I want to see it was a continuation of this move to the downside. But again, yeah, this was not too clear because we have not broken a high, and the break of the low was also not too clear. I would have liked if price would have done this. We come up here and then break to the downside. This would be an ideal entry, but you see again, it was in terms of, because of the reaction I see here. Here also we have taken out the high. So maybe we can get in a short if we get a retracement here. Yeah, it was unlucky that it made the double top here instead of breaking and then coming back here, because this was a really great setup. Would have been a really great setup otherwise. Let's just take a look what other coins are doing. If Bitcoin is dumping, here you can see it. Here we will get the setup. Because we came, we broke a high, and now we need to break this low. We have also made the wick here, so I'm using an indicator just to see the higher time frame, that I don't have to switch around like this. No, here is the thing, that we were in a uptrend, and that's why it's not a clean setup for me. thank you for the little star. So you have a little bit of a cryptic name, that's why I just call you 7N, but thanks for your donation. So we are going to probably continue to take a short here on the downside. Two, because we have this area down here. And I wanted to explain to you why ETH is not a legit setup. Because we have a downtrend and we've broken a low and now a high. So the idea would be to long from here, but why I'm not going to do this is A, because of this wick and this wick here, and it was an uptrend. So next reaction has to be clear break of this area, and then we could short from here. Otherwise I'm not looking for a short. So I want to see break with volume. I have to switch around here all the time. See here, you see we get break of the high, and now I want a pullback into the, say we get somewhere probably around here, because we will see a dump to the downside. I'll just do something. I will add Nasdaq here so we can see it better, and I will delete it later. And also let's take a look what gold is doing. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a, yeah, it's a rangy situation here, and also with this area here. I mean, we have high, low, but we have not broken up here. So I would have looked for something like this. That's why I'm not looking for anything here on Go today. But Nasdaq and Bitcoin are setting up here. What you mean, Fumble, with no worries? What did I... Maybe you changed your name now, right? You see, this indicator here is really great because you can just see the higher time frame, how it moves. And just be patient, Don't be feared if you see dumps happening. Be patient. Bitcoin has, but that's too much volume in here. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Need to get the dominance out here. So looking good. Yeah, we definitely could play a continuation here of the move to the downside. So ETH has broke the low, broke the high, it's now back at this area here. It's looking interesting. I will not take this trade, but I will just mark it out because this would have been my setup. Stop would have go here and 1 to 2 up here. So I'm just interested in this because this is my setup. I have a break and then I have a re-break of the high again, and then I need the continuation to the upside. But with this, you see this wick, so you often have to consideration if, even though your setup is there, if it's the right moment to enter. So far it's reacting good, huh? Okay, I will let you know, definitely, when I'm taking the trade. Yeah, but the one I like the most currently is definitely NQ that I'm looking at. Question is, how far will we go down with Bitcoin? Because this is again an area, as I said, this would be a continuation trend. So if you look at the 1 hour, I mean, we have made the push to the upside here. So this would have been the continuation entry to create the wick and then go down further. Yes, Lenny, I'm also doing calls. I will trade it live here, so you will see it when I enter a position and when to exit it or when to take profit. This is really interesting here. Bitcoin is dumping, but the ETH, so ETH is pumping. What is Nasdaq doing? Nasdaq keeps dumping. So as I said, I have futures accounts where I will also trade traditional markets. I'm really tempted to take this trade, to be honest, if we come back here now. But I don't like this wick. Look at this wick. It's almost it's a 1 hour candle and it was just wicking inside here. And also the reaction now. If it would been in a less weird area here, I would have definitely taken this long. But you see it flips the whole candle. That's why it's not worth considering it anymore. Bitcoin keeps dumping. Yeah, it was a good, you see, it will be stop loss 100% because the area here is just not right to look for a long anymore. Despite this happened, break of low, break of high, but now what if it's break of high and break of low? So we rather look for the short here. Because we see the market overall is dumping and also higher time frames, 30 minutes, we keep dumping here. We have the big gap of yesterday left, so that's where you need to adapt. So I'd rather wait for a break here of this area and then I look for a short. But for now it's just being patient. Most important thing is being patient. Don't jump into something you're not. What's my favorite meme coin? Which coin do you prefer? Dog with head or Pret? I mean, I telling you, you only should have like 10% of your net worth in meme coins for the game, for the play, for the fun. But for memes, I think with is the more established one. I mean, also currently Pengu, you see. I think we put this into our video for a reason. It's also worth considering currently. There is no best meme coin. To be honest, it's all just, it's like, I think you're safer going into casino and playing roulette or whatever than trying to make it with meme coin trading. Okay. And it flipped. Eve flipped. So, idea 1 would have been break a low, break a high, 50% retrace, and we would have already TP'd from here. See? No, not yet. It's funny how in trading your first intuition is 90% the right one. So always go with the first thought you have. It's always the same. Because you see how fast the candle can flip from one side to the other. And why this was still the better setup, because it was with the trend. You were looking for a long in an uptrend, but you would probably also be really sad here seeing a reaction like this now. But yes, you see it's really volatile currently. Nasdaq keeps dumping and dumping. So we will just wait, because it still presents setup here. Gold doing nothing so far. It's also dumping. It was really, it was a divergence here. If I see this right, let's take a look. Yeah, it was diverging. I mean, it looks like it's diverging. So it was going down, price was going up here. That's why we get now the reaction here. And divergences are also always connected with a lot of wicks. Yeah, of course, I can chart Tau for you. Just give me a second. I'm just checking things here. Wow. Look at this, and this just resembles trading crypto. Being you thinking you are the best, going in here almost at you take profit. Boom. So this is even more a considerable short setup that is playing out here. But let's take a look at Tau first. UST. I mean, did I swap? It looks exactly like Eve. Look at this. Funny. Yeah, I mean, so taking this into consideration, as it's not listed that long ago, but what I can see clearly here is that we have, I mean, support area is clear. We have broken our last low high and have retraced back into the golden zone, which is also a area. Let me just remove this support because it's, of course, everybody sees it. You have seen price bouncing from here and reacting to it, so you could arguably enter a good long position here. If you're risky, you do this, which I would not consider, but I would just, because here is a little bit of a gap left, so I would go underneath the gap for my stop loss. So it's a pretty good spot here to enter along, to be honest. I mean, don't get confused by valuation and prices on the right here. Just take a look at the chart. So it's a good spot here to enter along on Tau as well. We'll also keep this in the watch list here. Oh, big dump here. Okay, so what are we looking at? Retracement back here. Thank you, Lenny, for your little star. Thanks for the gifts today. Really appreciating this. I hope I can help you a little bit with charting. TA. This is all just such a mess right now. We've still broken a high and need to break the low. Also considering this setup here was right, to be honest. So we had both moves to the upside. You will maybe hit with take profit here, depending on what broker you use. Or the least would be you would have not had a loss because this trade would have been in break even already. I'll just add in. I'm always streaming Thursday 3 p.m. to 5. So we do a little bit of analysis 30 minutes before the market open, and then we just trade together like we do now. For now it's just Thursday, but let's see in the future if we add more to it. And also next time, hopefully with a better connection on my side. As I said in the beginning, there is currently a little bit of an issue with the connection here because they're doing some road work and stuff. Yeah, high, break the low, and now I need to see for a retracement back in here. I'll put my stop above here because we have taken out these highs here already. Just aim for a 1 to 2. Just give me a second. I will place my orders here. Oh. Okay, I cannot place my order through trading view. Just need to see what's happening here. It's really weird that I cannot place my order. I'm on the futures account here, and I'm just, as I said, trying to place my order here. Has it worked now? It's so weird that it... Okay, it says I cannot trade it through trading view, but I definitely can trade it here. Okay, I need to place it through TradeAway, but it's okay. So I can log out here. Can go back onto the chart here. Okay, so my order is placed. It was a Nasdaq trade. I don't know if you want to follow along, but I have put a limit order here. So on the 50%, I'm looking for entry. Today, if we retrace back in here, stop loss is either here or maybe even here. So I will need to see. Aztec coin. Where did you find this one? Is it on TradingView? Aztec. Yeah, but what is here to trade, man? There is no. Oh, it's actually. That's funny. It has made some moves, huh? But still. I mean, if you consider trading this, you're now at the 0.6 retracement of the previous move. Maybe you could give it a try if you're into this one. That is really true that it looks better than the Nasdaq. I mean, it's presenting a clear trend here. You mean all your life savings now all in on this coin? Today it has made minus 20%, but it looks like that it's really mirroring the Nasdaq. Yeah, gold would have been a divergence setup, but to be honest, here the pullback was way too deep. So I would have been stopped here, because I would have not considered a stop or my stop loss would maybe not have been above this area. So it's always important to have a safe stop. But you see there was also break of low with volume, and the more expected pullback would have been this. So I would have taken this trade. I would have maybe put it above and then like here. But it's just now assuming. But this would have been a setup for me as well. Luckily I did not take it, because this would have been really annoying for me. And also, yeah, it was in my trading time. It definitely was. So let's see how this runs through. So but it's not important. It's not bad if you miss one. It can happen. It can happen to you. As this was, I have 3 types of entries, and this was one, because we had a big divergence. We resisted, broke the low, and then we pulled back. But this one was really deep, this pullback. Wow, it's all looking not enjoyable here. Wow, big dump on Nasdaq, huh? Let's see if we get that retracement. Thank you, Fumble, again for your little star. This makes me feel like, I don't know, a little star is a little bit feminine, to be honest. But I can cope with that. Damn. This just keeps dumping and dumping. That's what it feels like, huh? That's what it feels like. It's Bitcoin reacting, it's also dumping. Yeah, but yes. I mean, if you have a supercard, then you are allowed to make it pink. It depends. It depends. I mean, if you make your Bugatti pink, this would be maybe not an option I would consider. But let's say good, so we need to find a trade fast. No, but the setups are all how I would say, they're just close to being my setup because we did not get the break and then the retracement. It was all just, it was just dipping here, dipping into the high, and then it pulls down. So yeah, we had a Telegram group, but this was a little bit of a mess. So for now you can only join our Discord because we are doing our daily sessions there. Just 1 second. I will send the link once I have it. I can send the link to the Discord in here so you can join there. What you mean, Nevin, with volume is low? I don't know if this is looking like low volume to you, but I would not consider this being low volume. Yes, I can also check your trades, so we do custom member journals. Let me just know when you joined because we are currently rearranging things. So I can give you access. But yes, you can have your custom journal and then I will just take a look at your trades that you do and comment on them. If you want to hear me saying something about them. Yes. Okay, so I think the trade for the day will be the Ethereum short, to be honest. If we get a break here. Maybe we have 1 more hour left in this session. And we need to see the break with volume here. Ah, sorry, my voice volume is low. I'm sorry. Maybe you turn me louder because I think it's on your end, to be honest. From my side it should be good. I can make me a little bit louder if you want. Okay, I've put a little bit. Then, I mean, can the others relate that my voice is low, or is it because then it's on your side? But nobody has complained so far, so maybe you have turned down your YouTube volume, maybe in your browser. Check that. Okay. Let me know when you joined the Discord so I can give you access. I just have to move my order here a little bit. Okay. I mean, if you have a stop loss of 1% and you want to lose $100, then you could do a 100x leverage, but you will have slippage, bro. Yeah, you see, gold would have also hit take profit. I was too caught up in looking at all these meme coins. I need to clean up here a little bit. It's such a mess. So what I would do here, I mean, we have again broken a low. I'm not scared because I missed this move, but I would just look for a short of this area. Okay, Nevin, then I'm sorry, I don't know what it is because anyone else is having no problem with my connection. Yeah, I also saw that. I mean, you know, all the degens in crypto that will do 500x and use it to leverage their trades. And leverage is just a tool that, if used right, you can fool some of your followers if you want to do that, by just using high leverage small position, and then it turns out you made a crazy return. But if used right, leverage is a good tool, yes. We are back at the 0.618 retracement at this level. I actually might consider shorting this as a continuation. Yeah, let's give it a go, guys. So we are shorting Bitcoin. Stop is above this wick. And we go for it. I will just do what I will do for you is that you see it. I will just do the trade here with paper trading. So you can follow along and see how price moves. Okay, but we wait. You want to try a 10,000x? We first want to see a reaction here. We want to see a bearish close. Okay. So, just need to check something. So this is a trade you can enter. I mean, it reacted good now here already. So take profit is 110,502. Stop is at 111. I will just write it in the chat. Well, just wait a second. If you have not entered yet, wait for this candle to close. Because if this flips, I have also not entered yet on my broker. So we can just take this off. I was just preparing stuff. I'm not that fast. So let me yeah, if we close like this, we will not enter. Wait, not entering yet. I will just delete the messages, otherwise somebody thinks we entered the trade. Yeah, it was good. See, it's always good to wait for a candle close. This is so important to do, to wait for candles to close, because this is just happening over and over again. But this is a really annoying session that we choose here today. I mean, come on, look at this. Where is your entry here? Where is your entry here? We have left a big gap here. Yeah, I would only consider entry at the 50% retracement here, where I have currently set my order. Just moving this. Yeah, you see why it's so important to wait? Just because of this. You will be caught by seeing a move to the downside, then you get flipped. And it was 1 minute left on this candle. Or it is 1 minute left of this candle. It's reacting to this area here. This is still nothing we want to trade in. Just gold doing. So if I re-enter gold, I just re-entered the 0.618 retracement. Stop goes above here. It's just a waiting game currently. Markets are just a waiting game. Yeah, it's just a waiting game everywhere. But patience will be rewarded at the end. So I will just grab a quick coffee. I will turn up the music a little bit for you. I'll be right back.
Don't try this yourself. It's extremely dangerous.
Okay, I'm back with some fresh coffee. Gold is setting up here. I don't know if anybody of you will be joining Gold, but if you do so, I will enter a first position at the 50% and a second position at the 0.6 retracement, because gold often tends to why does this look okay? I don't have candlesticks here on the broker, but I have entered the first position here. This is looking really funny. Okay, apparently they don't have. Is this maybe the right one? Okay, here I see candlesticks. So I have entered first position here. On gold. Second position will be entered here. Stop is above there. So we get to the 1 to 2 at somewhere here. Okay, ETH is. So can we consider Bitcoin to enter in a long? Because what have we done? Broke a low, and we now need to break the high with volume here. Give me a little bit more volume, because then we can aim for a 50% retracement trade, somewhat like this. Yeah. Broke the low, broke the high. And now we wait. We need the 50%. Hopefully push somewhere up here. Because then I will mark this area here is my low of the day for the daily candle. You see, this will be the low. We have now made a retracement back onto this area, which was our not 100% retracement area we were looking for a trade in. Sometimes it does not go this far back. If it goes, it goes. So we're just chilling here. Okay. Let's see if the second gold position also gets filled. Yep, we get filled. Okay, let's see how it goes. Keeping an eye now on Bitcoin because I have gold to the right of my screen. Just move my OBS a little bit. This is looking good here for a setup. Because we have also left this gap back here. So we consider a long precision from there. Stop goes below this wick. And then we aim for a 1 to 2. Okay, so it's patience, patience, patience here. Yeah, gold is reacting good of this area here. It also goes in line with the EMA. First good reaction. Really like this one. Now we need the retracement. We need the retracement here. So we can already enter to 1. And wait for it to get filled. Let's do the following. I'll just put these next to each other. It's annoying, it has now deleted my drawings from here. This is why I don't like trading view sometimes. both of these orders got filled. Okay, let's see what happens with Bitcoin. Steep retracement here. Hopefully we get filled and then we can go back. These are some OG old songs coming in here. Okay, gold is really good here, performing. So what I would not like to see is now hitting the 61.8 retracement. So this is where I put my stop loss to break even, because if we come back in here and then move up again, I'm protected with my stop at break even. But if I'm right with my idea for the day, then we just go and continue. So I'm always trying to keep my risk as short as possible, but when I'm right, I want to ride it. Well, that sounds weird. So I want to ride the wave. You got anything you want me to look at? Any charts? Any coin? How's Nasdaq doing? I don't think it will pull back all the way to... I mean, it could pull back, but I don't like this to trade this move because it's really big. I mean, this is also not the one I like the most, but the setup was good here. So I will add an alert here. There it goes to break even. For Bitcoin we are waiting. Let's see how Nasdaq is doing. Where did we add it? Dumping, like it just follows Nasdaq. Let's just, in the meantime, take this to create some posts. We had our divergence here. We broke the low, retraced. This is one setup. And for Bitcoin we still, okay, Bitcoin got filled. Let's see how we react here. I'd rather play this one safe, going like this. So I will put the trades again next to each other. Can't you see? But I don't like Bitcoin dumping and gold dumping at the same time. Okay, this is now the 0.6 retracement of the move of the week, because I often tend to not take wicks into consideration for my fib retracement level. But I have to be honest, this is not looking like the best trade here. But gold is looking good on the other side. So that's the good thing with aiming for a 1 to 2, you know. You can lose one and win the other and you still made profit that day. So for now we have not lost or won a trade. But yeah, let's see. To check, I think I have it down here. But this is, wow, it's really annoying price action here. Just remove this so you can see it better. Considering this, the entry was, I don't like to say bad, but taking the wick into consideration here was definitely a way to go. But that's why I rather have a wider stop loss. But taking the entry here would be more reasonable than taking at the 0.5 retracement. Well, only 30 minutes left already in the stream. Okay, we're at break even now in the gold trade. Trade is risk free. No, I won't be streaming tomorrow. I will be streaming in this. No, I won't be streaming tomorrow. It's Friday. So I will be streaming in the Discord again on Monday, and on Thursday I will be live. Well, okay. Bitcoin is currently behaving super weird to trade, because this is my usual setup. We are in a uptrend, broke a low, high with volume, then retrace. But for now it shows no signs of it wanting to reverse, but gold is dumping. Okay, Bitcoin is now showing the first reaction. I need to see. I will ride gold a little bit longer here. Maybe I will ride both to 1 to 2. So I will take off the first position here and let the other one run. Yeah, but gold is this one is at break even. And Bitcoin is also showing this trend now in the first reaction. Yeah, so we're probably just letting those sit out. these trades here. But what a clean entry here on gold, huh? Perfect reaction to 0.6 retracement. Because we were patient. We were just patiently waiting for the setup to come. Bitcoin also does look like it wants to go now, to be fair. I'm liking a long wick here. Picking up bullish momentum, so both trades are looking good here. Why? Because we were patient, we were waiting for volume. That's all we needed. We did not wait for a little bit, and also was important to wait for this candle here. You see, candle close makes such a difference, and we had now break low, break high, and so why should we not continue the momentum to the upside as well here? We had resistance, break low, retrace, also continue the volume to the downside. That's what I'm thinking here. But both trades can also go like this. This one can go in here, and this one can go in here. But it's somehow as well, I mean, we see a little bit of a correlation here, because we've seen a downward move here, but I don't know, maybe somebody of you can tell me how high is the correlation between gold and Bitcoin at the moment. I mean, DXY keeps pumping. This is good, because if dollar pumps, gold gets weak. We are in a short on gold. So to be honest, the best entry here would be this one. So the optimal trade entry would be somewhere up here. So that's why we will put the take profit also here. And with every trade, we don't know the outcome. Every outcome is random. We just accept what the market is doing. We wait for our setups to appear and don't rush into anything. Good. Gold? Well, gold. Gold often can be hard, and it will show you a move like this, but instead of going, you will get this. But that's why we are protected here with our break even. But we are also underneath the 20 EMA, so no need to worry. Okay, we have 30 minutes left in the 1 hour candle. I mean, this trade will go to break even if we break this high here. This will be our break even level. And because then if we just go back into here, it was just wrong. Just a wrong idea. thoughts on Link? I can give you my thoughts on Link. Let me just do the following. I open up a new tab for you. We have taken a look at Link earlier, but I will definitely like to give you my views. So what I'm seeing here is that everything is still going alright. Yes, we had a deep retracement, but considering that the $8 to $10 area is our support, we've made a high, a low, a high. Consider this to be our low. The next thing to expect is us to make a new high. You want to see my bull targets. I mean, the first target I have is to break the all-time high. If we get this, then I mean, we can do the, I think it works like this. No, this was the wrong way. Does it go like this? Yeah. So considering this, somewhat up here in this area is my first area. So $70, maybe 100, something like this, is what I also aim for in the first run. Then we will maybe get a, so we get our, consider the high up here. Then we will get a correction. This is a tripling correction. And from there on, we could pick up the market again. So this is what I'm expecting for Link in the next months to happen. Yes, I'm saying months because see how long it took from here to here. It's almost, yeah, almost a year. So I'm now expecting maybe the same here. Something like 274 days. Where we could see a, because you see, look to the left how it started here, and then boom. What are we doing now? And then boom. It's good that we are on the same page here. I have the same feeling. Okay, Bitcoin's pushing, huh? Bitcoin is pushing. Yeah, I mean, considering all the partnerships and everything, I also think that is doable. And also somehow necessary in terms of if you compare it to other cryptocurrencies. For me, it's a no-brainer. I see it as a, I mean, you know, nothing is certain in financial markets, but I see it as like a Google or Amazon back in the days. I'm patient, and if it's 2030 and we see a Link at $1,000, then I was patient enough, hopefully. So, good reaction here, 0.618. People get stopped because, you know, look how dirty that is. Look how dirty that is. It did go down here by the tick because people put their stop down there. So, look at this. It was a really dirty move, but reacting here perfectly now to the 618 was probably the, yeah, 786 retracement. Sorry, I was reading in the chat. What project or coin am I fundamentally most excited about? It's still Link. There is nothing else for me than Link, I have to be honest. I mean, there will be some cool projects, probably in like the so medicine area, where we get a combination of AI and medicine. This is what I'm also looking forward, but let's say in terms of usability, I think Link will be the best. And we see some AI coins, as you know, we see AI picking up at a massive speed now. It's everywhere. So AI and fintech will be like the major things, or health. Let's say healthcare, traditional finance coming into the world of crypto, and AI. these are the three sectors I think we'll see the most excitement about in the next years, because you always need to think, does your coin have a value, or does it only have the value people gave it? Okay, so if we are not wrong here, then we break the high. Let's not hope for this being something like that, but everything is looking good here. Made a high, pull back, and should now aim for the high. We are far away from our stop loss for now, so everything is looking great here. Yeah, gold lost a little bit of volume. I want to see at least a break of this level, but I just let the coins run. And I think with this being said, I really did enjoy the stream today. I will just let the last 15 minutes turn on some music, put on the charts here, and then let me put on the full cap. So for the last minutes we just let the trades run. I hope you've enjoyed the stream as much as I did. 2 hours already gone, it was pretty fast. Really enjoyed A, the new setup, and B, also the patience we applied to the market and waited patiently for reasons to enter for our setups, and currently both trades are in profit, waiting for an outcome. Every outcome is random, always remember that. And if you like what I do, make sure to follow our channel. You can follow Coin Compass, follow my personal X account, which is linked in the description. And yeah, what else can I say? See you next Thursday. Enjoy some music and watch a little bit of the trades.
Get up, get down. It's that sound. Get up, get down. Get up, get down. It's that sound. Get up, get down. Get up, get down. Down, get down. Get up, get down. Get down, down, get down. Break it down. Get up, get 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 down. It's that sound. Get up, get down. Get up, get down. It's that sound. Get up, get down. Get up, get down. Down, get down. Get up, get down. Get down, down, get down. Break it down. Get up, get down.
Yeah, I'm on my worth, every single twist, turn nothing. I can see a couple boys fronting. Why they even acting like I won't push a button, touch a button, and leave a boy's head tops. Hey, up, switch and swerve, ego gets the urge. No worries if